Namaste students, how are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine at your homes. So students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 20, Force, Work and Energy. Okay, so this is a new chapter for all of you, so please listen carefully and try to understand these terms and these new concepts. So students, in this chapter, I'll just first of all give you a brief introduction of this chapter, then we will go in detail, okay. So in this chapter, we are, as the name suggests, we are going to study about these three terms, force, work and energy. So initially, we will start with force and we will learn that what is force, what are the various effects of force and what are the major kinds of forces that we see in our daily life, okay. After that we will move to work. After that we will move to work and we will learn in the terms of science that when work is said to be done, okay. And in the last portion of the chapter we will study various things about energy, that what is energy, what is the use of energy and what are the various kinds of energy and how are these kinds of energy produced, right. So let's start. Today in today's class we will discuss in detail about force, right. So we will discuss in detail about force. So students, first of all, what is force? What is force? I know many of you can tell me what is force, but can you define me? Can you give me a proper definition of force? Okay, if you can do so, very good. Otherwise, I am going to tell you. Students, see, nothing can move on its own. Means, suppose I have this pen, right? I lifted up this pen. I picked up this pen from here. Then it got picked up. It cannot move by its own, right? Similarly, if I am going to write on this board, this chalk will write when I apply force over it. And this ball is, if rolling over the surface, then it will roll when I apply force to it, right? So what is the conclusion here? That things don't move on their own. Things don't move on their own. We need to apply some forces on the things so that they keep moving, so that they come in motion, right? So this is the thing. Now how do we define force? Force is what? Force is just a push or pull applied on objects to keep them moving, right? Force is what? Force is just a push or pull. Force is a push or pull applied on the objects. Now we need to know that what is push or pull. Students, see, if I am lifting up this book, I am pulling this book towards me. मैं इस book को अपनी तरफ खींच रही हूँ. I am pulling it towards me. But if I am pushing it like that, right? I am pushing it like that. So this is push. Push means धक्का देना and pull means अपनी तरफ खींचना. So this is push and this is pull, right? So this kind of thing, when we apply some push or pull on an object, we say that we have applied force over that object, right? So this is the definition of force. You can say that force is nothing but a push or pull applied on the objects, right? Now the next thing that we are going to study under force is, it is things force can do. Like what are the effects of the force? So what is the topic? It is things force can do, right? Or you can say effect of force. Means what effect force produces. If I apply force on this book, on this ball or on the chalk, what is the effect that is produced? So in general we will talk. So the first effect that force can produce, it can move the object. This ball is still right now, but if I apply force over it, it will start moving. It will start rolling over the surface, right? So what is the first effect that force can produce? It can move the stationary objects. It can move objects, right? So this is the first effect. Now second, if an object is initially moving, like I applied force and this ball is moving, and if I want to stop what I need to do? I need to apply again force over it, right? This ball is moving here, and so I need to apply force over it to stop, right? So what is the next effect of force? It is that it can also stop the moving objects also. See students, if this ball is rolling over the surface very fastly with a very high speed, and you apply force over it, and you apply the force to stop it, but that force, if it is not too much, if it is not that much that required, then what will happen? Only the speed will slow down. This ball is rotating and I apply very much low force, then what will happen? It will only slow down. So what is the second effect? Second effect is it can stop or slow down the moving object, right? It can stop or slow down the moving object. Now will it stop or slow down? It depends on the amount of force we are applying, right? If the force is too much, the object will stop, and if the force is not too much, what will happen? It will not stop, it will only just slow down. The speed of the object will be decreased, right? Now students, see, what is the third effect of force? There is another effect of force is it can change the shape or size of the object. I will tell you how. What is it? It can change the shape or size of the object, right? Now how will it change the shape or size of the object? In the very morning, first of all, try to think it yourself. Think of an example where you applied force and the body changed its shape or size. If you can think about it, it's very nice. Otherwise, just think that when you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, right? You brush your teeth and you take the toothpaste and you apply force over it to apply toothpaste on your brush, right? So what happens? The tube of toothpaste that changes its shape a little bit. When you squeeze over it, when you squeeze it, its shape changes a little bit. So this is an example that you applied force and that tube changed its shape, right? Another example I can show you here. This is the ball, right? If I am applying force over it, its shape is changing. See, its shape is changing. The shape of the ball is changing a little bit, and then when I release this force, this comes back to its original shape. So this is the example where force changed its shape and size, and if the shape is reducing, the size is also a little bit changing, right? Also another example, if this is a chalk, right? This is a chalk and apply force over it, what happens? It breaks into two parts. So the size of chalk and the shape of chalk changed, right? So the size and shape of the chalk changed. So what is this effect? It can change the shape or size of the object. Now students, what you need to do? You need to think of many examples where the force changed the shape and size of the object. I know you can think of many examples and just note down those examples where force changed the shape or size of the object, right? So these are the effects of force under this point, that it can stop or slow down the moving object. We need to discuss in a bit detail. So I am just rubbing this point off. Okay. So we will discuss that what is the effect of force on a moving object. What is the effect of force on a moving object? So our next topic is effect of force on a moving object. Now students, before this, another example is coming to my mind. See these 2 points. Suppose you are riding a bicycle. You are applying force over the pedal, right? You are applying force over the pedal, so the bicycle is moving. It is moving. So this is the example of that a stationary object moved when you applied force over it. We applied force over the pedal and it kept moving. So this proved the first point, that the force can move objects. After that, when you apply brake, right? When you apply brake of the bicycle, what happens? Or you stop putting the force on the pedal, you stop running the pedals, what happens? The cycle firstly slow down and then it ultimately stops, right? So this is the example that firstly it slowed down because the force was not too much, right? So the bicycle slowed down, after that it stopped, right? So this is a very good example of these 2 points. Yeah, after this we were discussing effect of force on a moving object. See students, if this ball is moving and I apply force over this ball in the same direction in which it is moving. This ball is moving like this, right? And I apply force in the same direction, where it is moving. What will happen? It will increase the speed of that ball. So what is the first thing? That if the force is applied in the same direction, in which the object is moving, what will happen? The speed of the body will increase, or you can say the body will move faster, right? The body will move faster. Now if I do the opposite thing, what opposite thing? If this ball is moving in this direction and I apply force in opposite direction like this, in the direction of stopping it. If the ball is moving like this and I apply force like in this direction, what will happen? It will slow down or it will stop, right? It will slow down or it will stop. So what is the next thing? That if the force is applied, if the force over a moving object is applied in the opposite direction, the direction of force is opposite to that direction in which that ball or that object is moving, what will happen? The object will become slower or it will slow down depending on the amount of force that I applied, right? So the body, what will happen? The body will slow down, will move slower, or it will stop, right? This depends on the amount of force I am applying. If the force is too much, the body will stop, otherwise it will just slow down, right? Now the third thing, if the ball is moving like this and I apply force from here, what will happen? The direction will change. The ball was moving, see, the ball was moving like this, I applied force over here. What happened? The direction of motion changed. So if the force is applied, I write it just above. What is the third kind of force that can apply over a moving object? This is first, second, and now the third one. Okay. So if the force applied over a moving object is in a different direction, that means it is neither in the same direction nor in the completely opposite direction. It is a different direction, in other direction. What will happen? The body will change its direction of motion. The body will change its direction, and it will start moving in that new direction, right? So these are the 3 points where we learned effect of force on a moving object. This was the topic, effect of force on a moving object. First thing is, if this is rotating like this and force is applied in the same direction, what will happen? It will move faster. And if the force is in opposite direction, it will slow down or it will stop depending upon the amount of force, right? And if it is in a different direction, then the body will change its direction of motion. It will start moving in that new direction, right? So after this, we are going to discuss the new topic. Here the effect, we have studied till now definition of force, what is force, and then we have studied what are the various effects of force. Means what are the things that a force can do. Where we discussed 3 major points. One was that it can move a stopped object, right? First of all, it can move the object, then it can slow down or stop the object, and the third was it can change the shape or size of the object. And yes, the fourth one, the new one that we direction of object in which it is moving, right? So yes, after this we will just discuss the next topic, that is types of forces. Okay, we will discuss types of forces. So students, see, in the types of forces we need to, at this level we need to just understand 4 major types of forces. In the 4 major types of forces, number 1 is muscular force, right? Number 1 is muscular force. After that, second is gravitational force. Gravitational force. And the third one. Third is what? Third is magnetic force. And the fourth one, last one, is friction, or you can say frictional force. So students, we will just discuss these one by one in very much detail. First of all, muscular force. Muscular force is what? Muscular is derived from the word muscles. You have now started the chapter number 2, bones and muscles, so you can easily understand what are muscles and what they do. So what does muscles do? Muscles just help us in movement, right? So if I am writing this with chalk on the blackboard, what is my hands muscles, my arms muscles are helping me to put force over the chalk, right? So muscular force is that force which is applied by us. Muscular force is which force that is applied by our muscles, right? So this is the force applied by us, right? Or the animals. Now you will say how the animals apply this force. If you have seen the bulls or the horses which pull a lot of luggage, right? We use horses in pulling out a lot of luggage. So there the horses are using their muscles, or the bulls are using their muscles, right? So the animals also apply this kind of force, muscular force, with the help of their muscles, and this is known as muscular force. So how will you define it? That this is the force applied by our muscles or applied by us or the animals, right? So here I end today's class. In the next class we will just go through these 3 types of forces in very much detail. Okay students, till then just go through this part that we studied today from the book, right? And see the video. And if you have any doubt, you can